Today's message: demons do not attack what does not threaten their kingdom. Think about that, all of you out there that's going through these spiritual battles, being attacked, being misunderstood, having people come against you for no reason. Remember that demons do not attack what does not threaten their kingdom. Welcome back, all my free thinkers, to another episode of Grow Rich, Grow Happy, that place where we follow the breadcrumbs of wealth. Got some major breadcrumbs, got a big breadcrumb that is going to show you not only that crypto is here to stay, but why you're in at the perfect time. And there's some signals happening right now. One huge signal, I got a hint, has something to do with Bitcoin, has something to do with Texas and MicroStrategies, JP Morgan, all of them. Well, this news, as long as you interpret it right, should tell you that the assets that many of us are focused on, that we talk about all the time, why it proves that we are free thinkers and mavericks that know what we hold. And it doesn't matter if the rest of the world is late to the party. We're going to be there already, and we're going to have the most fun in the end. So that's what we're talking about, guys. This is a good one. Do me a favor, smash that like button, give me a sub, hit that bell notification so that you don't miss any of these videos. And those of you that look in, you peek in every now and then, but you haven't subscribed, subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. Share this information, because if you're not in crypto, then it's kind of like if you're not playing the lottery. You can't expect to win the lottery if you don't even purchase a ticket. Put yourself in the game. Also, look down below. Get you a cold storage wallet. Get you a Tangem. It's best to go. It's the best. It is the best. I got a 10% discount down below that is yours. That 10% does go to support this channel. Swing over to growrichgrowhappy.com. Check out all the things over there. First thing we're going to do, we're going to talk about Texas and something Texas just did. Yes, Texas did something, and they did it at a time when, dare I say, Bitcoin is not so popular. So we're going to take a look at that right quick. Now, the first thing I want to do, though, I'm going to check this out. Look over here at Bitcoin. Let's look at the 1 month price range, and look how it's crashed. Look at this. Look at this. A lot of people are unloading Bitcoin. Look at this. Look at this. Why is this important? Because you look at this and it's the market reacting, and it's a lot of people just running. Paper hands. Multitude of reasons, but either way, it's down. What we say here on this channel, when everybody is running scared, that's when we swing in and get the best deals. Well, you come over here, you can learn a lot from Texas. Check this out. What Texas recent Bitcoin purchase signals to the rest of the U.S. in a market downturn. And then it says Texas is now the first U.S. state to purchase and hold Bitcoin. But why did it act during a market pullback like the one I just showed you? And how could this move influence national crypto policy? Let me tell you what it signals. Texas. Now, first thing, a lot of other states, they like to mirror Texas. They like to look at Texas as the leader and say, and shout out to all my Texas people out there. If you're from Texas or you currently live in Texas, drop down below and let me know in the comments. Also, let me know, what do you think of your state being the first to purchase Bitcoin? But not only this, guys, it also signals that Texas doesn't look at Bitcoin or cryptocurrency like it's a gamble. They don't look at it like it is an internet experiment anymore. And they believe by purchasing now tells more than anything, because you have a lot of people out there saying, well, if Bitcoin is going to reach all these extravagant numbers, then why is it dumping? Texas went in and they bought the dip like we do here on this channel so often. They bought the dip, and they're basically saying that we believe that in Bitcoin for the long term. So we're going to swing in and buy it because that's what you're supposed to do. When governments swing in and do stuff like this and they buy more, when the price is doing things like this, what it signals to other people, meaning retailers and maybe other people that's not as brave, it signals to them, well, this asset, it must be something. Maybe I need to get some. Or it definitely shows them that we're just going through something right now. My state or Texas just swung in and they made a massive purchase. Check this out. Look at how much they purchased. Come in here. Texas has become the first U.S. state to officially purchase and hold Bitcoin, acquiring $5 million worth of BlackRock's iShares Bitcoin Trust, IBIT, and authorizing another $5 million for direct self-custody Bitcoin. What does that tell you? That tells you that they believe in this long term. This move comes as an unexpected moment, a market downturn marked by exchange traded funds, outflows, institutional caution, and stalled legislative efforts across the country. We not bothered by this. Us, the free thinkers here, we understand what's going on. Many people right now, especially strategy, and we're going to jump to that in a minute, they see this as an opportunity. JP Morgan, they're going to say something interesting. I got to show you guys that because that's going to really blow out the big picture here. But why I wanted to show you guys this, because this can be looked at crypto wide. The XRPs, all of the Zebics, all of the assets that we talk about on this channel, we know what we hold. Therefore, when things are down like this, we're continuing to buy in regardless what other people are doing. So we're going to jump over here because I want to show you this. Bitcoin price could hit 170,000. Now, mind you, these are fresh articles right here that's going on. 170,000, but strategy resilience is vital, JP Morgan says. Now they say strategy's ability to hold Bitcoin may shape Bitcoin's path as JP Morgan's gold-based analysis signals potential for $170,000 price tag on Bitcoin. Well, some of you might not know this, but Michael Saylor, his company Strategy, they're the largest corporate holder of Bitcoin. So what this is basically saying, and I'm not going to read the article, but what they're saying, and we're going to jump over here now. I'll post both of these down below. What they're saying is, as long as Michael Saylor and Strategy do not sell any of their Bitcoin, they could see this, or they're going to see it rise to 170,000. Now, that's not to say that this is written in stone just because JP Morgan said it, but a lot is riding on Strategy and their holdings. As long as they're willing to weather the storm, they're going to keep that price up. Now, that's not to say that Strategy owns pretty much all the Bitcoin. Actually, it's only like 1%, I believe, that they hold. But people like JP Morgan look at Strategy. They're watching them and saying, are they going to dump? Because if they have to dump to pay things like dividends and stuff, then Bitcoin might be in some trouble, and that 170,000 price tag might be off the table temporarily. But everything that I've read says that Strategy ain't thinking about doing anything like that. Matter of fact, they've actually swung in and they've bought more Bitcoin during these dips because, again, they understand what Bitcoin is and they look at it as an asset rather than a liability. So just looking at both of those, looking at the price prediction that JP Morgan has put on it, they didn't give a timeline or anything like that, but they've said that MicroStrategies holds the key to a lot of this, as long as they're not going to sell or have to sell, and they're not going to have to do that. They had other funds, I think over $1 billion, that they used to pay dividends. So there's no foreseeable future where they would dump their Bitcoin. So that's a good thing. But I believe it's a lesson in this for all of us out there. Never put in more than you're willing to lose. But just because things are down right now, it says nothing about the future of crypto and the assets that you hold. Of course, if you're holding meme coins, I know I'm bad on meme coins, but it should tell you that if you do have dry powder and things like that, just stay the course. Stay the course. Pretend like you a venture capitalist. Pretend like you're Michael Saylor or the state of Texas. You got your XRP. You got all of these great ISO plays in your wallets. We got the video that I dropped yesterday with all of those crypto gems on it. Continue to load up, but do your research. We're in this for the long haul. And in the end, because people are looking at Texas now, they're looking at Texas, and a lot of these states are going to say, well, maybe we should purchase some Bitcoin too. A lot of people are going to look at MicroStrategy and say they're not dumping. Maybe we should purchase some too. When that happens and retail starts to come back in and purchase, those of us, the free thinkers who was here already and we was still buying up these dips, of course, we're not putting ourselves in debt to do that, but we're still accumulating these assets. We're going to be the ones looking like geniuses. Your families are going to be looking at you and say, how did you do that? It's going to be, I stayed the course. I did my research. I picked up Mr. Forsyth's book, Overcoming Self for Crypto Wealth. I did that. I overcame myself. And that's why I'm living in this crypto wealth right now. Trust me, guys. Look at these bigger states. Look at how they're doing it. Look at how Texas did it. They didn't wait till it was on hype. MicroStrategy, they don't buy when it's hyped. They're buying right now, just like you should be too. Let me know what you think down below, guys. Check it out. Let me know, Texas. Shout out to Texas. I'm out. My heart.